The pearl of the industry, a stack of design software and an ultra-high-speed real-time broadcaster was completely captured. Xi Gloria, a company like Lin Tu Qing that has only been established for 3 years. However, at the 2025 Bay Area Semiconductor Industry Ecological Expo, the chins of many industry leaders were touched to the ground. Because he let it slip that I didn't want to become China's big SMI, and he was afraid that there wouldn't be much I could do. The Ministry of Commerce also quietly dropped a bombshell. Starting from October 9, rare earth-related technologies and products, especially those hybrid products containing even 0.1% Chinese rare earth ingredients. If you want to speak out, you must first ask me if I agree. Two seemingly irreconcilable pieces of news, when put together, create a murderous scene. In order to satisfy the big red picture of China's semiconductor industry's overt and dark ways of repairing and sinking warehouses, it is slowly unfolding in a way that chills the opponent several times. Let's first talk about what Xi Gloria did. One of her subsidiaries called Kaiyunfeng. 2 domestic EDA design software are launched. What is this thing for? Simply put, it is the brush and drawings of chip design. Without it, no matter how awesome your manufacturing process is, it will be useless. As a result, the performance is directly improved by 30% compared to the international benchmark. And the development cycle has been cut by 40%. What is this concept? Huawei has become very popular, and its product line has completely replaced foreign software. Tens of thousands of projects are being drafted at the same time, and the design efficiency is directly maximized. Especially if you are doing something with so many pins that it can drive someone with a phobia of cheats to death. When there are 40,000 ultra-complex circuit boards with urgent pins, the probability of first-time success increases by 30%. The efficiency is so high that it directly competes with the top players in the world. I even feel that this software is perfectly compatible with domestic operating systems and databases. It means that we are going to develop a complete set of domestic healthcare products from design to manufacturing. So the question is, who is such an awesome company? After looking at his background, I almost laughed like a pig. It is 100% owned by a company called Shenzhen Shengsenheng Technology. Shenzhen Xinheng is a wholly owned subsidiary of Shenzhen Major Industrial Investment Group. Going around and around, he is a Shenzhen state-owned company with Xing Miaohong. For such a character who seems to be a little further back in the family tree of state-owned enterprises. In his previous life, he was blinded. The story begins in 2019. That year, Huawei was sanctioned and the chip got stuck in the neck, which was very painful. In order to survive, Huawei launched an extremely secret plan internally. In 2020, the Starlight Engineering Department, which was historically part of Huawei's 2012 laboratory in the New Tibet Zone, was born. He has only one mission: to fight his way out. In 2021, with the lockdown of furniture, New Gloria will be officially launched. Drawing on the top masters of semiconductor equipment at home and abroad, shoulder the epic task of building a 100% domestic semiconductor equipment chain. More than 200 experienced senior engineers were hired directly from foreign giants, quickly copying other people's decades of craftsmanship and know-how. Today the company has grown to approximately 20,000 employees. More than half of them are tech geeks engaged in research and development. We have R&D centers in Beijing, Shanghai, Wuhan, Xi'an, and even overseas. Played with the global linkage research and development model. New Gloria is Huawei that has been aggrieved for so many years. The national power was gathered to create a revenge cavalry hidden in the national flag system. The most awesome operation is here. When everyone thought that Xi Gloria would hold back a big move. When I took out an EUV lithography machine that can compete with ASML. But in his business territory, it covers all 3 key areas: object, thin film, deposition, and good strategy. Only the much anticipated photo engraving is missing. For a while, the Melaneaters were all confused. They didn't want to build a photolithography machine. So what kind of advanced manufacturing process do you want to create? Don't worry, the executives of Zinkai gave a word that sounds ordinary but actually contains murderous intent. Non-lithography compensation, this is a technical term. Translated into vernacular, since the top EUV lithography machine cannot be purchased in the short term. Then I will squeeze the performance of the DUV lithography machine at hand to the limit. Then put all your energy into darkroom technology. Through the extremely complicated post-processing of PS washing and development, we can give you the same thing as an integer. Use EUV lithography to create a critical circuit layer. It can be done with one click and one exposure, clean and neat. Using DUV plus multiple exposure technology. The scene was a brutal kneading operation. You need to go back and forth dozens or even hundreds of times in the cycle of photolithography, course practice, deposition, and course practice. The risk of making a mistake only increases by orders of magnitude with each additional step. The requirements for process control are abnormal. What New Gloria has to do is turn this abnormal process into a routine operation in Lushui County. Each of the more than 30 products he has launched seems to be tailor-made for this super darkroom. For example, the Wui Shanka reel machine used for prison transfers. He is the most powerful carving knife. Alishan atomic layer achievement equipment used to grow nanogibberellins. He is the most accurate bottle of developer. There is also the Tianmunshan Tauka precision tester for monitoring microscopic errors. He is the most independent eagle eye. How powerful is this complete set of Mingshan Dachuan series toolbox when combined? They use self-developed SAQP technology and cooperate with Huawei Hei's exclusive algorithm optimization. It literally improved the accuracy of the DUA lithography machine by a full 300%. The final result is that we successfully marketed 5 nanometers logic chips in cooperation with SMIC. Wafer yield is as high as 85%. This number is infinitely close to the level of TSMC's UV process. This is no longer a simple technological breakthrough. This is simply Shoshin. He told the world very bluntly. You have your own way of sunshine. I walk on my single plank bridge. I might walk harder. More twists and turns. But we can still reach the end. If Zinkailai's non-lithography compensation is a frontal punch from Shirlikan, then China's precise control of rare earth resources is a silent but crucial skill. Who relies on these gadgets the most? Excuse me. It is equipment giants such as ASML and Applied Materials. Those extremely precise lasers in their machines. Magnets and other core components are inseparable from rare earth elements. At the same time, other links in the industrial chain are also frantically making up lessons. In the field of photoresist, a high-end material that is also stuck. Wuxi announced the launch of China's first R&D platform that fully masters the core technology of EUV photoresist. Directly benchmark against world-class standards. The localization rate of high-end photoresists such as RFKRF has also exceeded 30%. The supporting materials such as developer fluid and electronic special gas enable independent control of the entire chain. Did you see that? This is a systemic war. From the brain of EDA design software to the hands and feet of stone carving, film, and testing. Then to photoresist, rare earths and other blood and food. China is building a semiconductor ecology that is completely its own and cannot be penetrated by waves or needles. New Gloria has completely subverted our thinking on the phenomenon of technological competition. He proved that when faced with cutting-edge technological blockades, another batch of systemic innovation sucked in. It is far more resilient than being stuck on a single point. Assmann and his EOV ecology are like a restaurant tree on the top of a mountain. He is tall and majestic and requires the world's top technology. The best quality resources and the most suitable climate to nourish together. Both are indispensable. If there is a problem in any link, then the growth of the tree will be affected. New Gloria and the Chinese semiconductor industry behind it have given up on replicating an identical giant tree. They chose to transform the entire hillside into a landscape that can adapt to the local climate. A dense jungle with tangled roots, rich species, and ultimately self-sufficiency. The average height of the jungle will certainly not be able to lift that giant tree in the short term. But the jungle has its unparalleled advantages. His vitality is more tenacious, and he is not afraid of wind and rain. Its internal ecological cycle can make snow by itself. He is entangled. Cut down a few trees and soon new ones will grow up. In time, who can better define the future ecology? The answer is really hard to say. Choosing the non-customer compensation path is essentially a strategy of exchanging space for time. Through DUV multiple exposure, this non-mainstream route. First, ensure that China is self-sufficient in most mid to high-end chip fields. Stabilize the fundamentals of the country's huge economy and national security. Then we can gain a valuable strategic buffer period for longer-term public relations about EUV and even more cutting-edge technologies. So don't think of Xi and Gloria as China's Ismail. He didn't need to try and didn't bother to try. His real value is that he took a completely different path. A path based on systems engineering, ecological integration, and strategic patience. The key to victory on this road is not whether you copy your opponent's trump card, or not. But it depends on whether you can build an independent and controllable one of your own. And a technological system that can continue to evolve. Now everyone is still looking up at the only giant tree on the top of the mountain. And we have begun to quietly plant a whole patch of spring at the foot of the mountain.